Happy Today. I wanted to elaborate on the previous video where I discussed love and humans, even when they're blood related, not loving each other, and let alone humans loving each other altogether. Then this is true. It's been true. So what humans do is they find other ways or other people to relate to. And then we have things like gangs, and we have things like, you know, people work at a corporation, or people go to a church. Sometimes that church is the same church that you went to with your family. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you go to work for a company. A lot of people do that. I mean, there's two ways you can go to work. You can go to work to crush your soul, or you can go to work to kind of like build what you need to build to let your soul soar. Sometimes we need that funding. So we go and we work and we do things, right? But if, like, you know, years and 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 years are going to go by, and you're not doing what you want to do, not loving yourself enough to say, I'm going to do what I'm going to give the world. I'm going to create something in the world that I want to create. I'm not going to follow the gang. I'm not going to follow the church. I'm not going to follow this organization. I'm not going to work at this company. I'm going to create and give the world something awesome from me. So that's why when I was saying love and the whole point of this, let's soften the suffering. But even after you find love and are in love and have love, you're still going to suffer, because we're human, and it just happens. That's just what happens. But once you become resilient, and you have a resilience, and you have a practice, and you build your resilience muscle. I called it once building spiritual muscle, but in this case, I don't want to have anything to do with, you know, I don't want to be religious or scientific. I want to be like, hey, I'm just going to talk about resilience. It's sometimes there's scientific ways, sometimes there's, you know, the religious ways, where it's like, have faith. And then the science is like, well, maybe there's these steps that you can do to build that confidence to be resilient and faithful and happy. Happy Today, happy. Collaboration, cooperation, and collaboration. So I was talking about gangs and churches and organizations, and I don't want to come off saying that those are bad and that we are not to be involved in them and to be like these soul things. No, we do require collaboration and cooperation. And sometimes it is with the cooperation of many people that a lot of great things get invented or made or developed, right? So cooperating, collaborating, yes. There's three more types of social interaction: coercion, competition, and conflict. It's inevitable we're gonna have conflict. Coercion, everything's like, it's there. So if we are in a society and we're more on the cooperative and collaborative side as a species, as humans, which means companies don't even compete with each other. Corporations, companies, churches, religions don't even compete with each other. We're talking like a world where humans are like, I'm human, you're human, what can we do to improve our experience as a species in human form? What can we do to improve the universe expressing itself in this human form that we're at? What can we do to make it better? To be feeling more minutes in the hour happy and present than miserable. And I'm talking, there are people who go hours, minutes, days, years in the absence of happiness. So I was on my rant driving, and then I just picked up the video here. I had to take the phone call. And so I wanted to kind of close my thoughts on 5 types of social interaction, collaborate, cooperate, do more of that. Competing to a healthy level, sportsmanship, that's okay. But when it crosses over to where people are starving, because it's just, we're so competitive that that's what we think we have to do. We don't. We live in abundance. So, and then coercion, which is a lot of the advertising and the ads that I see, I feel it. Even like, and they're getting really good. Like ads and things are getting really good. And even things that are not ads, we get mere exposure bias, and it's a cognitive bias, a brain glitch. So like just because it's been kind of spit out at, somebody paid money to throw it in your face for you to buy it or adhere to it, that happens too. And that is also coercion. And then conflict, we're going to come across conflict, and it's just how we resolve it. We can resolve it as calm humans coming from a place of love and respecting differing opinions. We might conflict here. There's no reason to kill somebody to resolve a conflict. That is like not cool. So in the absence of happiness, we can be so far down and deep in the ego that, and we don't know any better. We don't know any better how to resolve something. Like I work on it daily too. I have to work on it. How I resolve things. Breathe, calm, and all of us can. So that's the happy everyday movement, is moving to having a happy every day. More specifically, having a happy hour in that day, not going more than an hour in a day where you're like down and sad, where you can be resilient and come back within that hour. And personally, I'm working on seconds. So happy today, happy every day. I wanted to put some closure into today's talk. So that was that.